We are seeing that there are small vendors who are complaining that the Chinese businesses at the supermarkets are pushing them out of business. How does the government plan to balance Chinese presence with the Guyanese businesses, especially the smaller ones?
I spoke with about 4 persons, and they recognize that you can't stop a foreigner once they get access into the country, because we don't have restriction on foreigners or foreign companies establishing business in Guyana. There's no restriction on it. And it's hard to put a restriction based on nationality. So we can't say, oh, the Chinese can't open business here. Only it's reserved for Canadians, or Americans can't open business here. It's reserved only for people from India or some part of the world. You can't place restrictions of that nature or on opening business based on nationality. It would not only be against WTO, but it would run you into a very difficult foreign policy situation. So the people who are claiming competitive disadvantage recognize that. However, they're saying that they do not have a level playing field, and they have a point there. They argue that sometimes these companies bypass regulatory approval, and the regulatory agencies don't hold them accountable for the laws of Guyana. So they put up a building that breaches the building permits. No ventilation there on the building. They will get a visit from the inspector, and who says, oh, to sell pharmaceuticals here, you have to have proper ventilation. But next door, there is a Chinese company selling pharmaceuticals that has no ventilation whatsoever. They're not applying the law uniformly. Secondly, they said that these Chinese, to get permit, so if you're selling different things like alcohol, you can't sell it where in a supermarket without getting the requisite permission. You need separate permits to sell different things. So that some of the Chinese entities, if you go in, they sell everything under the sun without the requisite permits. And they are held accountable now for getting permits and limited by the regulatory authorities in what they can sell. So they claim a disadvantage, because they say, if a person goes in to, I'm selling beer, but you go to buy, say, nails at a store, like one of these sell-all stores. But if the beer is selling right there, you're not going to leave the place where you're buying the nails from and then come over to my place to buy the beer. You'll buy it just there because it's convenient. But they may not have the approval to sell the beer. So they're claiming disadvantage there too. They claim that on the GRA does not pay the careful attention for payment of VAT and other things, like, or hold them accountable for paying VAT and other taxes that they have to pay. So we've made it clear to the regulatory bodies, you have to enforce the law uniformly.